Hello, everybody. Listen, I am so super excited. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I am so super excited because we have a special, VIP special guest tonight. Look, and he didn't know I was going to say this, but first name Jason, last name White, Jay White. Listen. So, guys, come in, say hello, and let me. So, first of all, many of you in our community, our Wealth Warrior community, you know who Jason White is, right? Like literally, when you think about federal contracting, that is the name that comes up, and we're going to talk about that. But for others of you, you're brand new, right? You're like, I need more information. Look, that's why we're doing this. I want to introduce you to somebody that really is a trailblazer. And guys, I mean this. When I think of federal contracting, he has put in the work. Look, come on, somebody, put in the work, gotten people results. But more importantly, one of the things that I think people miss is the branding, right? Like literally the federal contracting, Jason White. There's a lot of work that goes into that. Like, right, come on, look, everybody say hello. Say hello to Jason. We got Jocelyn saying hello. Come on, somebody. Money, come on. Money Tours. I know that's right. I like that name. And so without further ado, I want to give Jason time. First of all, he's super, super busy, y'all. So like the fact that we got him on here, but I want to first, Jason. So first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, to be introduced to our Wealth Warrior community. We are so super excited to have you.
For sure. I'm just as busy as you are, Terry. If you can do a video and take time to do it, I can do it too. You know what I mean? So we here with it. We here with it all, yo.
I know that's right. And so first, for some of the people that don't know who you are yet, right? Yeah. Can you just give a little bit of background about your experience and how you got started in government contracting?
That's the easy part, right?
That's the easy. We're gonna start off easy.
That really is the easy part. I'm Jay White, first name, last name. I'm from Norfolk, Virginia, 2 up, 2 down, East Coasting all day. But it fell in my lap. Like the crazy thing is, I just had an interview yesterday in Atlanta.
Yep.
And dude was like, man, how you get started in entrepreneurship? I'm like, what? Entrepreneurship fell in my lap. Like I wasn't looking for entrepreneurship. I wasn't looking for none of that stuff. It just fell in my lap. You know what I mean? So I do federal government contracting. I teach people how to get the federal government contract and sub them right out. We don't see the work. We don't touch the work. We don't see the workers doing the work. We don't see the location of the work. You're the crib, subbing it out, and you getting the money. And we do that with the federal government, hand over fist, wash, rinse, and repeat. Yes,
ma'am. I know that's right. And the one thing that I love about it is that you made this a whole brand. Like I always say to people, it's great when you know how to do it. It's a blessing. Look, come on, somebody, when you can teach other people how to do it. That's the next level, like literally. And I think, look, and you can quote me if I'm wrong, because I did my research on my friend, okay? 10,000 students in your course?
Yeah, let me correct you, Turn. We at 13,000. You know what I'm saying? Like,
look, I gotta get like Nikki, where she got the like I don't know how to sound inflection.
So I get so like I'm humble. You know what I mean? Like I'm extremely humbled by that number, man. Like I don't take that lightly. And I always say I only got 13,000, but 13,000 is a lot of people. It's a lot of people lives that I'm impacting, and it's me impacting their lives, but their knowledge isn't power. Applied knowledge is power. So they're applying the knowledge that I'm providing them, and I couldn't be more excited for them that they're actually putting in the work. So
you better go ahead. That is, look, the #1 federal contracting course. And guys, and mind you, I have to talk about this for a second, right? Because
go ahead.
You put together a proven system, right? A proven system. I think people miss the value in that, because that means it's a duplicatable process to impact. Come on, somebody, to impact our community. And so when we're talking about 13,000 people, that's amazing, because then their families, their communities, their networks. Come on, somebody. Yeah. So, and I met you. Look, I met Jason when he was just first making his course, and I was making my course. And let me tell y'all something. Jason did like this. I said, hold on, I know him. But no, the blessing in that. And one thing I want to, because our audience, hey everybody, y'all say hey to Jason. Look, somebody
What's up,
said, wow,
y'all? What up, though? What up,
13,000.
y'all? What up? What up?
I think that one thing that's really great about what you've done, what's really unique about what you've done, is you mastered. And everybody out there needs to hear this. My entrepreneurs, my aspiring entrepreneurs, my investors, my small business owners, everybody going to Wealth on Water because Jason is doing a workshop at our mastermind. But pick something and mastered it.
Yeah.
Not doing 29,000 things. Pick something and master. So can you talk about real quick just the value of picking that one thing that you had the knowledge, skills, and experience, and what made you say that this is the thing that I want to kind of make a duplicatable process to help the masses, like the work that goes into saying, I'm going to stay super laser focused on this one thing?
Yeah, it's almost twofold. Like the piece that people forget is you yourself have to be able to get results from your own teaching.
That's
if
good.
you're teaching some stuff and you're not getting results from it, that means you haven't mastered that. Like a lot of people want to hurry up and jump out the window and say, if you look on their bios, I do this all the time. Hey, hold on. I'm a silly guy, but I'm very focused, but I'm very silly at the same time. Because there's a lot of stuff I just be like, wow. You look at people's bios, everybody got, I help people win millions of dollars in this. Yeah, you gotta do it. You have to be a product of the product first.
That's good.
You have to. If you're not a product of the product first, how can you teach it? So the first thing I knew that I needed to do is continue to be the best version that I am in my own federal government contracting business. I have to do that. Be a product of the product. So right now, today, I just won 2 contracts a day. Like
you better go ahead.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean? Like we can't stop being who we are.
Yeah.
And then try to teach something else that we don't even do no more. And it's outdated. So that's the first thing. The second thing is now you have to understand how to teach.
That's good.
That's why Michael Jordan is not a basketball coach, because he can't coach. He is the best player in the world, but he can't teach you. He can't coach you because he know it. He's not good at it. So if you're not good at teaching and coaching, then don't do it. So the 2 things that you have to do to have a duplicatable system, the first thing is be a product of the product. The second thing is now, do you have a way to be able to take all the information that you got? I'm talking about all the little things, even down from your gut. I got stuff in my course that talks about my gut instinct. How can you teach my gut instinct to you? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be able to teach all of that and understand how to have somebody else be like, oh, I got it. And if you can't master that and get down with that, and leave it for the other people, because I never, you know what I mean? Like I never would have thought I would have been a teacher. I've been a class clown, Terry, all my life. Terry, you remember we was at the photo shoot years ago? Everybody laughed. Like that's my natural superpower. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My natural superpower was to make people laugh, be funny, woo woo, ha ha, yada yada. So now I recognize that's a skill set.
That's good.
I know how to communicate. I know how to persuade people through laughter and through joy to do things that they normally wouldn't do. I'm like, all right, cool. If I know how to do that, I can teach somebody how to get some money in a way that's legit and in a way that's capturing their attention. Of course, in today's market, digitally, do not capture people's attention.
Come on. Talk about it. You preaching.
Why they on the thing like this trying to learn? Their cell phones is going off. The TV is over here. The kids is doing this. The husband is saying what we cooking. The wife is saying what you do. Like it's a lot of distractions.
That's good.
So you have to be able to make your information bite-sized so people want to be like this. Oh, let me dive back into it. And those are 2.5 things that you need to master for real to be doing.
You better go. Hold on. I'm trying to host and look at the look. Just as you said, I'm writing down my notes like he dropping some gems. No, it's so good. And even just Jesus, you have to be wise enough to know what you know and wise enough to know what you don't know. And that goes to the fact that, okay, I can do this myself, but is my superpower being able to teach other people? Because some people, we're gonna leave it at that. So that was.
I said for you, Terry. Some people ain't got it, and the crazy thing is that's okay. Right, it's not meant for. Okay, so social media,
come on,
wasn't a thing back in our day, right? I ain't
And
gonna
AI.
tell our age, but it wasn't a thing back in our day. So now in today's society, all you looking at is the highlights, and people get souped up off of looking at somebody else's highlights and not understanding the work that they put in, the sweat equity, the tears, the heartbreak, the lost relationships. They don't know all that that went into to get whatever they're showing you, whether it's real or fake, whether it's real or fake. So now people think it's easy to just teach somebody a skill set without them getting frustrated, without them blaming you. They ain't getting the results like yours, right? You got to come with all that without they saying to you as the teacher, as the instructor, well, you ain't doing it. Well, let me see yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to deal with all of that, and most people ain't built for it.
Listen, you tell the truth today. Today must be Tell the Truth Tuesday, okay? and the reason why I'm so happy you touched on that, because real quick, one of the blessings and the curses with social media is that there's a lot of people out here claiming to be experts, and they got good marketing, good AI, good messaging even, but they ain't nowhere near an expert. And there could be somebody else who's an expert in their area, but maybe they're marketing. So like, and they won't draw in that crowd. And so you have to be very, very wise about, you know, who you're trusting to walk you through this actual process, because everybody everybody expert. Somebody done took your course, they done started a master class on government contractors.
They do it all the time, Terry. And then they asked me to come up and be a part of it. I'm like, what? I ain't sanctioning that. That's all on you. You got it. You know what I'm saying? Not me.
I had somebody that was doing flips. You know, I'm a real estate investor also. They did one flip and lost money. I'm on Facebook, and it was like, join my masterclass on flipping houses. I was like, oh,
like, what are you talking about, man? They think the money is the motive for a lot of people, and I understand it, right? I understand that the money is the motive for a lot of people, but once they realize that you got somebody else eating out the palm of your hand, and they're depending on your information get their back off the wall, you gotta take that serious, man. You gotta take that serious, yo. And then when you don't take it serious, and then Terry see it or I see it, and now they flipping houses, or now they doing government contracting, and I'm just like, man, come on. Yeah, you gotta know in 2 weeks' time, I'm probably gonna get a DM from somebody saying, I took such and such course, but I should have took yours. Like, that always happens. They told me they was your student. I took their course. I'm like, yo, did I sponsor them? Did I throw their name out there and say, hey, he trusted, she trusted? If I ain't do all that, people want to, it's crazy to take the cheaper route in education. People don't go to HBCUs because they cheap. They go to HBCUs because that's the family lineage. That's where they're supposed to go. That's where they feel comfortable at. But if they had to go to Harvard, if they had to go to Pepperdine because that's where their degree takes them, they're gonna go there because the education to go there. But now we look at people. You look at a Terry, you look at me, you look at anybody else that's in the top of their industry teaching, and they say, I don't know if I can afford that. Then you see somebody on the corner saying, I got the same thing for $2. They're like, what?
You get what you pay for.
You feel me? You ain't gonna buy no house for $2. You buy a house for $2. That thing gonna crumble as soon as the wind go like this.
You better go ahead. Oh, I just love it. And you know what? You said something so powerful in that message. You said, did I sponsor it? Did I endorse it? So I had one of my mentors say to me, especially when you get to a certain point where you go to like a lot of events and so forth, and you got a lot of pictures with people and a lot of things, and everybody, you know, a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And I had one of my mentors, I asked about something, and they said, did you see that person on my stage?
Love it.
I talk on a bunch of stages, but did you see that person on my stage? And so that goes to the fact that I endorse Jay White. Okay, I know that he does this for real. And so when you're, and I just got to be me. I had to say that because this is where when you build a brand, it's about that responsibility, right? Because just as fast as it was given to you, it could be taken away. My Wealth Warriors, this is a wealth building ministry, so we take what we do seriously. And so you only want to, you're a shepherd, right? Like you only want to lead your people to other trusted resources, which is why I absolutely love what you're doing. And so let me ask you, so a lot of people are very new to government contracting. So we want to dispel some myths right now, okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
So who can get a government contract? Like who qualifies for that? Because a lot of people watching have a side hustle, have a skill, have a business, and they're like, that's not for me. But really, when they say that, it's because there's an information gap, right? Knowledge they need to know if it's for them or not.
Yeah, Terry. That's the question. Oh, because
listen. Information changes situations. So who is government contracting for?
Write this down. Write this down. This is for everybody. Write this down. ERR. Everybody. It's for everybody. Everybody. Like, watch this. You got to think about it. The way I teach federal government contracting, I'm teaching you to get the contract and sub the contract out, especially if you know how to manage the expectations.
That's good.
You know how to manage the expectations, and you know what the expectations are. And guess where you get the information from? You get that from the federal government. They're going to tell you, this is what we want, and this is how we want it. If you got the instructions, can't you echo that to somebody to actually do it? That's all I do. Like, it's not my job and my goal to dive in and understand IT password protection.
Come on.
There's a company built for it already. So all I'm going to do is just say, okay, federal government, what's the expectations? Okay, subcontractor, this is what I need you to do. Like, we do it all the time. Everybody on this line has a super level of just, delegating or managing expectations. Yeah. Just do it for the federal government. So it's for everybody, for sure.
You better go. Look, he's dropping some gems. I hope y'all got y'all notebooks and your pen, because sometimes you're the expert and you can do it. And the other times he said you can subcontract it out. That means everybody. Look, I'm from Philly. Everybody can do it, right? I'm going to say it the way he said it. Look, we like to have fun. Can we have some fun while we build wealth? Come on, somebody. So let me ask you, for somebody who's brand new, so taking those nuggets, for somebody who's brand new, right? What are like the first 5? So somebody is saying, I've never heard of government contracting. I'm so super interested. What are the very first 5 things that I would do? The first couple of steps if I'm interested in maybe putting in a government contract bid or getting a government contract.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Terry, like, it's super simple, man. A caveman can't do it. Like, it's
caveman can't do it. Look how he said it. That was strategic. I love it.
Yeah. So number one, you gotta have your LLC registered into sam.gov. So sam.gov. That's the very first thing you absolutely have to do. Yeah. The second thing is you have to get your mindset right to understand that you are a boss. You are an owner. Most people think they're CEOs because they got a LLC, but you're not the CEO. You're the owner, which means you're the CEO, you're the COO, you're the janitor, you clean the window, like you're everything to that business if you're an army of one, right? So when you're in a different mindset of working for somebody, you come across differently. But when you're in the mindset of I own this, you come across differently. So the second thing, after you get your LLC registered into sam.gov, you got to get your mindset to understand that you are the owner operator of your LLC. That's the number 2 thing that I always teach. The third thing is your communication has to be top tier. Everybody thinks they can communicate. Oh my gosh. I do this in my workshop. I say it in my workshop, but it's a different level of communication, because most people, when they jump out the window on something that they don't know, they put on that other voice, what I like to call the corporate voice.
Come on.
Hi, my name is Jason White. And like, nobody care about none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Tell the truth. Tell the truth Tuesday. Hold on. Tell the truth Tuesday.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? So your communication has to be at another level. Meaning, once you're looking at the expectation is the corporate mindset to try to fill in the gaps on your own and try to tell people, I don't know, but I can find out. Watch this. In federal government contracting, the way I teach it, it's not I don't know, but I'll find out. It's hey, hang on. Let's read this thing together, because the person that's going to help you out with your federal government contract ain't even you. It's your sub. So you gotta inform them through communication what the expectation is through and through. That's the third thing. The fourth thing is you're gonna have to have high level of consistency. High level of consistency. Like be punching people in the face and they don't know how to get up no more. And they just like, my job is cool. I'm gonna just go back to my job. And that's fine. I never bash 9-to-5s. I never bash jobs. But I know one thing. If your bank account don't motivate you to move differently, ain't nothing I'm gonna say to get you to going. Ain't nothing I'm gonna say to get you going. So your consistency has to be at an all-time high. What the top of my screen at? Y'all see the top of my screen?
I know that's right.
You gotta go past the top of my screen. That's the only way. Because the level of consistency will determine, number one, how many proposals that you're submitting, and then number two, how quickly you're shifting your learning curve, because it's a new thing. So that's the fourth thing, your high level of consistency. The fifth thing is, this is big right here. Number 5 is huge.
Hit us with it.
Understanding. This is for people that don't know, man. This is for the babies. Understanding pricing.
Ooh, that's good. Yeah.
People think because it's the federal government, you can just price gouge them and say, oh, it's the government. They got the money. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Well, maybe I'm just talking about myself.
What did I say, Jason?
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Look, I'm going to play all day with you. Come on, somebody.
You know what I'm saying? The federal government is this. This is what you have to think about. The federal government is this. They're looking to award the lowest, most capable. They're looking to award the lowest, most capable. So in understanding your pricing, you're gonna figure, with having a conversation with your subcontractor, how to be the lowest, most capable.
That's good.
And once you get all those things together, even as a newbie, you're knocking out 2 and 3 awards a month. Not proposals submitted, 2 and 3 awards a month. Once you get those 5 principles down pat, for sure.
You better go ahead. I hope y'all didn't miss that. And mind you, I love the language. Look, you communicate excellent, right? Because you said awards, not proposals. Listen with your whole ear. Awards, not proposals. And that's the consistency. I'm so glad that you talked about that. And you even touched on it earlier, the fact that people see where you are now, but they don't see the blood, sweat, tears, and sacrifices, the proposals that were no, and you still had to get up and do it again and get up and do it again. That's that discipline. And then you said, if your bank account don't motivate you, there ain't nothing I can say. And this is where, we always talk about, somebody's depending on your transformation, right? Like, it's not even just you, but it's also who are the people depending on you. Can you care for them? What we're doing here is impacting lives. And so, and that pricing, right? I'm about to do a lecture. It's about to be $55,000 for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you, with saying that, and that's really, really good. Like, I'm learning to listen, y'all. Nugget right here, right? Being wise enough to know what you know and what you don't know. I know that I am not an expert at government contracting. I do not attempt to be an expert at government contracting. I connect myself to a brand and a connection and an expert who is an expert at this, who can then guide me and teach me and correct me in all of those things. And so even with the pricing, can people get denied? Like, can their proposal be denied because their pricing is off, or do they tell them why they're being denied, or it's just a no?
Yeah, no. So so it's not necessarily being denied, it's just your company not being awarded. Right. So that happens all the time. Like if we line it up with if we line up government contracting with grants, the process is similar to the point to where the process is similar at the end. Not all the stuff in between. It's similar at the end. You got it or you didn't get it. Right. So it's not necessarily being denied. It's like you won or you didn't win. Now, would they tell you why your company wasn't awarded? Yes, you have to ask for what's called a debriefing. You ask for a debriefing, and the federal government is actually mandated to provide the debriefing. Now, your contract specialists that give you the debriefing might be on some other stuff. So You can get the debriefing, but they might feed you some BS, and that's here no there. You know what I mean? Like you got to kind of figure out, because they might tell you some stuff like, oh, you turned it in 2 minutes too late. That's BS.
Right. Okay.
Like, so you just gotta understand, with consistency and with volume, you're gonna get better, right? Consistency and volume, you're gonna get better. But yeah, you don't necessarily get denied. You just don't win, or you win.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And the one other thing that I hope people didn't miss is that you said with continuing to do it, you get better. You grow through it. Like the best activity, the best teacher, after you get the blueprint, right? Jason has approved it. Look, Jay White. First name Jason, last name White, right? Jay White has, I love when you say that. I couldn't wait till you come on just so I could send it to you. I knew you was going to crack up. But he has a proven system, right? So once you get the blueprint, you already know that its work has helped over 13,000 people, right? You already know that it gets results. So then executing and then getting better yourself is what helps you actually get the result for you, is going through that actual process. And so, first of all, I already know that we're going to need, how many of y'all want Jason to come back? Because we're going to need you. First of all, I think, did you just get off of a plane? Because I just saw you in your stories.
Yeah, I did. I was in Atlanta.
I just saw you in your stories doing not one, but two in person. Look,
I did 2 joints in person. This the third one in less than 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like the consistency. Watch this. And real quick, when you are a person of information, when you are a person that can really pour in and add value, that's when that individual is tested with their mind, body, and soul. Because I have to show up and be my best self to provide information for individuals that I don't know. I tell people, you got people depending on you that you don't even know. So what if I would have came on here and I'm like, all right, Terry, you know what? Like, I'm tired, yo. You gotta be with me. I ain't gonna be myself. You could be like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna fall on deaf ears. And now all the God-given talent, all the blessings that God provided you, you just gonna sit on your hands and not pour in the energy. I can sleep in a few minutes. You know what I'm saying? I can get some water in a couple seconds. I can rest tonight. But if I'm obligated, the obligation starts to become when you know you can provide information to help people change their financial trajectory. It's not the knowledge, it's the applied knowledge. But you got to be able to be the vessel that people want to provide the knowledge. Like they want me to provide the knowledge. Cool, because I'm gonna provide the knowledge in a way that make people want to apply it, and not people say, it's cool to just be like, oh, that was exciting, man. Scratch that exciting stuff. You ready to work? You ready to get to it? That's what I'm
I'm so happy I'm so happy you went there for a minute. And that's the real talk, right? Because to whom much is given, much is required.
Yes.
To whom much is given, much is required. Jason could be hungry right now, have a headache, be tired, like all those things, right? But you still got to show up and give 110%. You still got to put yourself to put in that proposal. You can push yourself to get the information. You better go ahead. Yeah. So there's a couple of questions. Hold on. Someone said, hold on. Ask for a debriefing if you don't get the award. Use the info. You better go ahead. I love my team. Look, matter of fact, Jason, meet Keisha. Keisha, meet Jason. She's going to be at Wealth on Water Mastermind. She will be in the room, and so is Allison. I love it. Yes. And so I had one question a little bit earlier, and then we'll how many of y'all want Jason to come back? Do we need Jason to come back? Okay, because we're going to make sure we schedule him. We're going to strong arm you into this, everybody. So first of all, y'all make sure y'all like this. Yeah. And then make sure you put in the comments, yes, if we want to have a round 2 with Jason coming back and digging in a little bit deeper. This is free 99 information. Come on, somebody.
Let's go. Let's get to it. So I'm gonna cut my hair for the next joint.
You better go ahead. Y'all, the energy, I love it. And so let me ask you this. So what are some and then everybody, when I did this live stream, I put Jason's information in the description. I want you to make sure you subscribe to his YouTube channel. Make sure that you follow him on Instagram. And I'll also put this in the comments. Look, they like, yes, come back. They're like, yes. Absolutely. Come on, somebody. Yes, round two, let's go. Round two, let's go. But what is? Let me just ask you one more nugget. Okay, so what is the biggest mistake? I know you probably have more. We can dig deeper into this. But what is one of the biggest mistakes that you see with newer entrepreneurs or business owners going after government contracting bids?
Do you know? All right, so two things.
Yeah, look, we are here for we're here for the information in my Jason voice.
All right, so one of the biggest pieces is people join the federal code program as a seasoned student already, which means that they got all this information that they think they know. Now they come into over here. Now I gotta throw their whole brain away and start over from scratch. You know what I'm saying? So I think that one of the biggest hindrance is be a student first, be a complete student, be a sponge. Like people be like, I think I heard this and I read this and I saw this and I saw that. Cool, I understand that. But are you ready to learn that? Now are you ready to learn? Because once they get going and they recognize that their results not happening as fast, that's because I don't put oregano in my recipe, shorty. They put oregano in it, and mine don't taste the same because you made your own recipe. The thing is, you got to be a student first and be a straight, complete sponge. So that's one of the biggest things. But the thing is, after that I see is the biggest thing is people don't give themselves enough time. Like, who told you how long it was going to take? They get frustrated with themselves because after 2 weeks in, Jay White, why ain't win no contract yet? Well, hey, let me ask you something. Do you know it took me 3 years?
Come on. Say it again. Say it again for the people in the back.
It took me 3 years. You know what I'm saying? What's that, 36 months? Do you know that? You know what I mean? And I ain't have no, man, I ain't win with you. Nah, man, it's just going through it. So I went through all of those trials, tribulations, pain points. So you can't condense your time frame, but people still have unrealistic time frames on themselves on when they're going to see success. And they don't know what success look like when it show up. That's why I love the Mr. Miyagi joint. Danielson thought he wasn't getting trained because he was washing cars and scrubbing the floor and scrubbing the deck. Whole time, my man know karate and didn't even know it. But he was frustrated because he wasn't doing it the way he thought it was going to go. So the saying comes back. The saying comes back. Be a student first. For real, like really lock in. Be a student first and understand what this person that you're investing your time and your money in is saying. And then number two, stop putting unrealistic time frames on yourself because nobody told you how long it was going to take. Nobody told you that. You just got to dig in and get to work.
I hope y'all, Jesus, you better go ahead. Unrealistic time frames. People will, and you probably heard this saying a lot, and I repeat it often, especially in the social media age that we're in, where everybody shows their highlight reels, like you said, right? You've been doing this for years. I've been doing this for years, right? Is that people don't compare your year one, your month one to someone else's year 5, 10, 15. You've seen them get contract after contract after contract, having results, getting subcontractors, but they on year 5. Or they, and the other important thing that you said, and I don't want y'all to miss it, a coach condenses your time frame. So because he's an expert, he can help you get a result, go through a proven path, not make the same mistakes, right? So he can condense your time frame, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen overnight. That means you still got to do your reps. You got to get your reps in.
That's it. Gotta get your reps, yo. And the comparison is crazy, but that's why. Terry, hold on. That's why too. I don't do no lifestyle marketing, yo.
Talk about it.
Lifestyle marketing to have somebody excited that they're gonna get the same car you got, the same necklace and jewel you got, the same vacation and private plane that you got. Lifestyle marketing to have people hopped up on the wrong thing versus hopped up on the potential of the information and how that can change your life. They like, oh, if I lock in with this person, I'm gonna be in a private jet tomorrow. Like, what? If I log in this person, that's gonna be my house. Like, no, sir, no, ma'am. So Instagram, man, like you people, and I understand the hesitation with a lot of people picking and choosing their mentor and who they choose to follow, because there's so much dirt out here, you know what I mean, that they gotta have they shovel and they gotta shovel through it, unfortunately. But it's all good. We here. We ain't going nowhere.
We ain't going nowhere. We ain't. And can you, somebody ask real quick? And I love the fact, if I'm just going to say something, I'm going to ask you something, okay?
Yeah,
because I struggle with lifestyle marketing because of the industry I'm into with credit and all those things. And so my industry as a whole tends to be very flashy. We got 10 Rolexes, we got a jet, we got red bottom.
Credit supposed to be
you know the credit jobs. If I don't got 5 Ferraris, I ain't no expert. Can we talk about it, right? But at the same time, this is where it's a wealth building ministry. So I'm actually trying to teach differently. I'm trying to teach you can get the Ferrari, but get the income producing triplex first, right? And let that be able to, nobody's saying don't live your life. But what I'm saying is that get your income producing asset, get your finances in order, and let those things pay for your lifestyle. Everybody wants to get the 800 credit score. And they want the rolling, right? I don't even go look. Plus, I'm really plain, but that's a whole nother thing. So my point is, I'm pretty plain. My point is that I have even struggled with lifestyle marketing because we also want to draw in the people that need the good information. And sometimes if you don't show everything, then they're like, they don't think that you're doing it. Like she ain't doing it, or you may choose to. So talk to me about that decision you make, because mind you, we don't gotta see no lifestyle stuff for you. We see you with Rose. We see you at the party.
That's because you can't hide money if you try. You don't gotta show money. You can't hide it if you try. So I don't have to go out of my way to show money. The people I'm around, you don't get in them spaces if you ain't got motion, if you ain't got action going on. Stuff don't happen like that if you ain't got it for real. The places I'm at, the things I do that I do post, you ain't around. So you know what
the network, the rooms. What? That's hold on. Where Nikki at? I need that. The bullhorn noises. Y'all know I don't know how to do the. I'm a business coach. I'm not social. I gotta give me the board.
Set up Terry on the side. Yes! I got it on the when I come back, I'm gonna have mine set up.
Please look. They're gonna be talking about like Terry got interviews and her guests gotta do their own sound effects. Yup. Okay, like leave me alone sometimes. Look,
I'm cool with it, man.
But no, that is so good, because we always talk about your network being your net worth. And to be honest, you're not going to certain events, you're not going on certain stages, you're not getting certain interviews. It's just the truth. And I'm glad that you said it, because all of those things, Jesus, speak more volume to your more value to your integrity, to your results, to you being consistent in this thing. Look, we talked about meeting at the photo shoot. Look, y'all, we was doing pictures in the lobby.
Yeah, we was.
We did tell the truth, Jason. We did a photo shoot.
Ain't had the clearances or nothing, but that's two hustlers figuring it out a way. Like, man, you know what? This lobby look good. Let's do it. And the people we was with us. They was like, all right, come on, let's do it. And it made sense. We was outside, it was cold. It was cold as on that day. If somebody really analyzed my pictures, they can see a little tear drop because the wind was hitting me.
We ain't had no lights enough and outside enough, and we just was out there. We was out there doing it. We was getting it from the mud.
But that was the extent of me willing to show enough. You know what I mean? Like the information that I have, it might not instantly grab people, but I'm going to be consistent in delivering my message. I'm going to be consistent on getting on platforms like yours and anybody else's without having to skip the line to show my house, to show my car. I skip the line to show my house, my car. I'm skipping the line showing the wrong message, in my personal opinion, because the worst thing I want people to do is to say, if I fool with Jay White in this program, I'm going to have that. I want them to say, if I fool with Jay White in the program, I'm going to learn the process.
I'm going to learn the process.
My man going to teach me how to fish, and that's all I'm asking them to do. I'm going to teach you how to fish. You know what I'm saying? And I got you.
I love it. I love it. And so before we let you go, let me so first of all, before we let you go, are you going to promise to come back for a round two? We're going to get you in like this month because perfect.
Yeah.
He just stepped off of a plane.
I'm prepared. Y'all might have my hair cut. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have my hat off.
Don't forget the sound effects, because I ain't gonna be able to learn by then, okay?
That's too easy.
But real quick, so talk about the federal code. So talk about this. So the federal code is the number one. All we do is win. The number one federal contracting course. So talk to the people real quick about what the federal code is and how they can invest in that and connect with you. And then we'll dig a little bit deeper into it on round two. But just share that system, what it is, who is it for?
Yeah, so again, it's for everybody. ERR, right? It's for everybody. And the federal code is that it's a program that teaches at every level, the beginning, the intermediate, and the expert level. Because even at the expert level, a lot of people they'll come to me and say, I want contracts before I'm good. So now the federal code program can teach them how to win at the $5 million, the $10 million, the $15 million level of federal government contracts, because it's built for beginning to the expert level. And it's a self-paced program that we created, and we excited. We got the platforms along with the course. A course is cool, but it's not enough, right? So you got to have extra platforms for continuing education. So we have a group Zoom call every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Then we got 4 coaching calls that come with the program. And then we also got the private Facebook group that come with the program as well.
Oh, so you trying to call me a slacker to my face? Like, oh, no, the interview is over.
That's how that 13K outside getting it popping. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, hold on, this loud. We can't edit that out. He just made my hair hurt. Like, hold on. You know, only the. No, that's such a blessing. Look, at somebody says that's good. Look, that's good. Learn the process. No, that's so good, Jesus. And the one thing that's so valuable about that, and I love it, is because everybody, digital products, make it course. Mind you, we made our courses a while ago. We made them when you make something that's high quality. It's an education system before everybody had a course, right? What were we told? It needs to have a 10-year shelf life. This information needs to be good enough that it can carry you through this time, because it's a proven system. But I love the fact that, you know, you've touched on the fact that adults learn by repetition. You get that information, but you're going to need some support. You're going to have some questions. So Jason, not there. Jason you said every Wednesday, you better go ahead. How you do your schedule? That's going to be round 2. I got questions. I got questions. Because hold on. No, I love it. So Jason, thank you so much. So I'll post your information, but let everybody know how they can stay in contact with you, and also how they can invest in the federal code. And I'll also post his information as well.
Yeah, so man, I need y'all help, man. My TikTok's struggling, man. So find me.
Y'all help Jason if y'all on TikTok. Y'all. So we talk.
Hey, my TikTok's struggling, man. My Instagram popping. My TikTok, I don't know what I'm doing, but anyway.
Your Instagram, look
on Instagram.
Your Instagram popping. Look, my YouTube popping. My Instagram's struggling. They love me on YouTube. Instagram, it be like, I post something, it be like, wah.
It be like, you know what I'm saying? I be like, dang, it's still me. Like, good gracious, what I gotta do a dance? I gotta do the newest dance, you know what I'm saying?
We should still do it.
But it's on Instagram is I am Jason White _. I am Jason White _ on TikTok. I think it's like J White first name last. See, I don't even know what it is, so it's all good.
That's all right. Text it email it to us, and we'll put it in everything for you. I got you covered.
I will. And then my website is thefederalcode.com. And Terry, you know, I appreciate it, and I can't wait for round 2 for sure.
Y'all give Jason some love, and don't miss. He gave some tips about what to look for. He gave the first 5 steps. He gave the recipe for success. Listen, so we just so appreciative. We can't wait to see you at Wealth on Water. And as soon as I have the next date confirmed for Jason, I'm gonna let y'all know, when you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, so we can help you build this legacy and this wealth. Amen. All right, y'all. Thank you so much, Jason. We will look. First name Jason, last name White. We'll talk to you. I love it. We'll see y'all soon. Thank you so much. Bye, y'all.